typical. Dennis is late again.
I know. Hopefully he doesn't keep us another 10 minutes late in this meeting this time.
It's getting out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems like that's going to happen. We never have an agenda, so we never know what we're going to talk about.
What is this meeting about?
I don't know.
Well, we'll spend 30 minutes going over what we did last meeting. So,
Typical.
yeah.
Hey team, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Jen, hi.
Hi.
It doesn't sound like we're doing too well. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation about our meetings. Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty upset about it. And tell you what, let's try to address your concerns. I'm really sorry that the meetings haven't been going well. This is not a strong area of mine. And I know that I don't take them seriously enough. And first of all, I apologize for being late. And I appreciate your candor, and I want to continue with your candor. So what I'd like to do is just capture your thoughts about what you're upset with in the meetings. So why don't we start with you, Rachel? What are you upset about?
I just feel like we don't really have an agenda, so we don't really have any discussion points, so we don't really have any goals to set. So, it'd be helpful maybe if we had an agenda prepared that was sent out to us before the meeting, so we had some talking points.
Yeah. So you don't like us just randomly putting the agenda together at the beginning of the meeting?
No, it just doesn't seem to really flow or doesn't keep us on track with things.
Okay, good. Wait, you mean we're off track?
Yeah, I think sometimes we can go off track, or just people go off on tangents, and there's really no time management that goes into the meetings as far as what we really need to be covering.
Okay. All right, tangents, off track, no agenda. Well, I think we can handle that. Anything else?
Well, I think starting on time would just help us out and just sticking with our, meeting starts at 9 o'clock, and then let's begin the meeting at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. I'm so busy. I have a hard time getting here. But anyway, never mind. I mean, you're bringing up an issue, and that's fair enough. So we start late. And I guess what must really frustrate you is the fact that you're here on time and I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And boy, I wish I wasn't late today. Anyway, Gar, what about you?
Just taking 30 minutes to discuss what we already went over the last meeting.
Wow, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So if we had some kind of record of what we agreed on the last meeting, it would help speed things up.
Discussing last meeting. Okay, what do you think? Is that a good list? Is there anything else? Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate your candor. You could have held back because I'm here now, but I appreciate that. So let's try to address these. What I'd like to do is just number these 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we were to address these, do you feel like our meetings would get better?
Yeah.
Let me post this over here. All right, let's start with number 1, agenda. So that's pretty easy. I just need to walk in with a piece of paper with an agenda on it.
Well, I think if you sent it to the team before the meeting, that would give us a chance to review and maybe come with some talking points, or maybe we could add some stuff to that too, if there's things we needed to discuss.
All right, so start doing an agenda and start asking for input. Input into the agenda. You didn't say it, but I guess this could kind of make you feel like it's my meeting, not your meeting, when you don't have any input into it. All right, so start doing an agenda, start asking for input ahead of time. Well, what's a good time frame?
Maybe a few days, maybe a week.
All right, a few days. I don't know about a week, but we'll try. We'll try. I mean, I'm open to anything here. All right, so agenda, and what about tangents, off track? What can we do to fix that? I mean, I guess I could come up with ideas, but I'd really like to know what your ideas are. You probably have some strong feelings about that too.
Well, I think if we add time to the agenda as far as how long we're going to maybe spend covering each topic, that would help people to stay on track and not to spend too much time in certain areas than others. And then also maybe having a timekeeper or maybe whoever, if you're facilitating the meeting, to make sure to bring us back to the agenda and the points and what we're trying to get to. I think that would be really helpful.
Okay, so one of the ideas is this one up here, adding that to the agenda. But what I also heard you say is that we need to, let's see, we also need to, well, just having the agenda.
Mhm.
What's that again?
A timekeeper of
Mhm.
some kind, someone to just,
Right, somebody to enforce the timeframes?
yeah.
Right.
These meetings, they can get kind of, a
Mhm.
lot of people giving input, so it'll be helpful.
Which, you know, it's interesting because I know I took an effective meetings class one time and I never really implemented everything, but one of the ideas that came out of it was that, you know, there are different roles and I don't have to do everything.
Mhm.
Of course, one of the reasons I'm doing everything is I'm not really doing anything. So, yeah, a timekeeper is a good idea. Anything else that would help us with tangents and getting off track? All right. All right. So start late. Well, this one's pretty simple. I just need to get here on time. And, that sounds too simple. Any ideas how I might better get here on time? I mean, I'm so busy, got so many things going on. Sometimes I'm double booked for these things. What do you think?
We could use our Outlook, to establish that meeting time. We could change the meeting if we have to another time that you are free. Whatever works best with the team and yourself.
Set an outlook. Also, maybe consider scheduling another time that works better for me.
Maybe set your reminders a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Find that you're
I've heard
behind.
people that do that. So they kind of fake themselves out, they manipulate themselves, and even though they're manipulating themselves, it seems to work. I mean, the alarm goes off ahead of time, and okay, yeah. So that's not a bad idea. So a pre-alarm. All right. What do you think? Think that will take care of that? There's more to that than I thought. I thought I just need to get here. All right. And then GAR, even though GAR, this was your issue, anybody can contribute, of course, but discussing last meeting. And man, 30 minutes. I didn't realize that we spent that much time. What ideas do you have on this one?
Just having assigned someone to record what we discussed, what ideas we came up with, what we agreed on, so we don't have to go over them. I think that would probably help with that a lot.
All right.
Good idea.
Okay, so what I've got so far on this one is assign a recorder, someone who will keep some minutes of some sort, record decisions and action items. Anything else for discussing the last meeting? Do you think that'll take care of that? It's amazing how simple. Really, yeah. Again, now that you mention it, that's little, but it makes a huge difference. Which explains some of the body language I've been seeing over the last few weeks. And I think you've probably been holding back, but I've noticed, that we're really not into the meetings. And again, I kind of read your frustration, but when I heard you out in the hallway, I realized everything came together, the words with your body language. And again, I really apologize, but these are some great ideas. And I really think that I can, most of this falls on me, but who'd be willing to be a timekeeper in our next meeting?
I'll do that.
Okay. All right. Especially since you don't want those tangents, you don't want them to get off track. Who'd be willing to be a recorder? That is really hard sometimes to find someone willing to. Guard?
I brought it up.
Since you brought it up, I like that attitude. That's great. And it looks like I own everything else. All right. Well, thank you all very much. Appreciate your time. You know what? I didn't bring an agenda, so let's just can the meeting today and let's meet next time when we usually do, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks. Meeting disbanded.